our level of intimacy can only go as far with others, can only go as far as the level of intimacy we have with ourselves. And so it's actually interesting because if we look at how we're treating other people in our lives, right, almost as like a way to clue ourselves into like what's actually happening internally for ourselves, it's a really good way to hold the mirror up and ask ourselves, well, actually, is this how I feel? Is this what's coming up for me? So in terms of like, how do we actually connect with ourselves? I think it's about not resisting our own emotions and not objecting to having our emotions. The minute that we do that, yeah, we bury it or we minimize it, we invalidate it, we reject or we self-abandon. And there's no way that we can really truly connect with ourselves if we're denying parts of ourselves. And I think one of the ways that we can work toward that is by first and foremost changing the way that we look at emotions. If I suppress, an emotion, like that's not good. It's kind of like ignoring your check engine light on your car and driving through it anyway. So you drive your car and your motor just dies on you. Eventually, your engine is just gonna not turn on. Emotions very much work the same way. They're always there communicating something with us. And if we change the way that we view our emotions as either good or bad, but more as like these signals that, hey, you need something and it's time to check in. And then we have more control over our lives. We have more control over ourselves, even though it feels maybe at first with those really hard emotions that they feel really chaotic or overwhelming. So changing the way that we look at our emotions so that we can have all of them and then meeting ourselves with grace and compassion and kindness because life is hard. Being human is
Yeah.
hard. And,
It's the worst, actually.
oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
The bane of human existence is that we have to exist and make those choices about our lives, right? And it's not an easy thing to do.
No. And then couple that with like just the stress of our world, right? With like health insurance and trying to pay our bills or the prices of eggs. And it's going to be really hard. And so stopping to feel our emotions at times, depending on the stressors, it feels like I can't stop.